What is up, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to a vlog. I'm talking quiet because everyone's still asleep. Well, Tegan's still asleep, so I'm talking a little quieter. I'm still half asleep. It's just about 4 in the morning. Got my coffee made. Got some water. We're ready to get into the day. Let's go.
Yo, I need something I can burn off. Hand in the fat. No coast in the land of the flat. Tablecloths ain't catching the scrap.
Burr, they said it was gonna be warmer than this. The truck says minus 12. It's supposed to be in single digits. Burr. It's freaking cold. See, this is the problem. Now we're at the shop with coffee. Now we're at the shop with bag. Now we're at the shop with this bag. And we got the camera. And I got a crippled hand. How am I gonna do this? I don't know, but we will. But I can't film it because, like, I can't do everything. Hear that sweet sound of a brand new ghost? Well, not flavor, but a new ghost for the day. I fucking love it. All right, guys, I want to talk to you because it is exactly halfway, the halfway point. We have reached it. We've reached the halfway mark of the fraud being off of my credit, of the fraud being abolished and gone. I don't know about yours, but here in Canada, it takes about 7 years for things to go onto your credit and come off. So if nothing happens with it in 7 years, it's off of your credit report, it's off your credit score, it does no longer damage you or harm you or anything. So for those of you who have seen my last video, you would know that I've had a fraud committed on me. Not gonna get into it too deep, but someone walked into a job site, broke into my work truck, stole my wallet, which only had my driver license and my bank card. They went to the bank that I used to have an account with, and they told them they were transgender, and the person didn't ask any security questions, just gave them a brand new card, gave them all access, and they literally financially raped me, cleaned me out. Took loans out, got a whole bunch of shit, 'cause I was out of town at the time. Just after that, I left out of town, and they just had a week or so to just get loans, clear me out. Long story short, I tried everything I could do to resolve this legally, go after the bank as well. They made me jump through hoops for 2 years, knowing that after the 2-year mark, they were legally off the hook, which, long and short of it, I'm now just doing the waiting game. So we're at the halfway point, and I want to give you guys an update about everything going on, where I plan to go, how I plan to move, and what options I'm left with to try and get out of the next 3.5 years in the best shape possible, financially. So we're gonna dive into it. 3.5 years ago, my life changed drastically, not in a good way, but we're at the 3.5 year mark, which is the halfway point for it to finally be cleared up. So without further ado, this is the recap, this is the summary, this is the part 2 of TD Bank fucking over my entire life. First off, I want to continue by saying I hate TD Bank, I hate the institution, I do not hate the employees that work there, but I hate one specifically, the teller who gave out my credentials without asking a single piece of security information, single security question, nothing. She did nothing on her behalf that she was trained to do, quote unquote. So either TD dropped the ball, and I still hate them, and I hate their institution because afterwards they fucked with me and prolonged things to the 2-year mark where they knew I couldn't get legal help and go after them. So they basically just fucked me over and didn't want to take any accountability for it. So I say I hate them, and I hate that damn employee. All right, so I do want to show you guys one other cool thing that we did the other day. We checker plated the entire front desk in metal, covered it in steel. Looks amazing, pretty solid. Nice, beautiful desk. Look at that. We even got the lights underneath, beautiful LED lights to give it that glow. Bro, look at that. Look at that desk. Look at that desk. We're coming along. The shop is coming along beautifully. Now, there are some setbacks when it comes to businesses, and there's some setbacks when it comes to the whole fraud thing and trying to do business. And we're gonna dive into that as well. So guys, I'm a level with you. The fraud not only hurt me financially at the start where they took all the money and I had to figure it all out, but it's stemmed into the last 3.5 years where I'm not able to get a bank account in my name, I'm not able to get credit, I'm not able to do anything financially under my name. I'm still not relieved from the credit bureaus. They still have my name flagged and locked down. I can't get anything, can't do anything. Even if I want to get a cell phone, I couldn't do it. I can't. I've got to do everything through the company. I've got to do everything. Luckily, I have some things set up for my business with my girlfriend, things like this that have helped me because when I do need, like, to cash my check from work, I needed a bank account. I don't have a bank account. So to get paid and pay my bills and live life, I'm so lucky that I'm able to use my girlfriend's account to put my money into. Because if I was single and didn't have her, I would have no way to get paid. I have no way to receive the money to actually pay my bills to live life. So therefore, I have no idea how I'd be navigating right now if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for the relationships and the systems I had set in place beforehand. If she wasn't there and I didn't have these systems set up, I would be completely fucked. So the fraud has not only stripped me of the financial assets I had acquired and gained, the money, but it also took a damaging toll for the next 7 years. I'm at the halfway mark right now, and I'm still unable to do tons of things because I apparently don't have any credit, anything in my name that they can trust me with. So that's a major part of this whole fraud thing that doesn't get talked about enough, is that it's not the immediate hit, it's the hits that keep coming and coming and coming. And yes, I do understand. You've got to be able to take the hits. You've got to be able to endure them and bounce back. And that's all about business, and that's all about entrepreneurship and dealing with life. It's not going to be fair, but this is a bad one. This is a big one that most people don't deal with. Most people don't have to deal with, but I do. And the bank's fucked me around long enough where I just got to deal with it. All right. Workout complete. We are officially at the halfway point. We're just past it. Just past the halfway point by a couple days. This means a couple things. I have some options that I can choose, and there's some pros and there's cons to both. So we're going to cover some of them because ultimately these are life-changing. So the first option I have, which is pretty basic, but it's basically sit and do nothing. Ride it out. Let the next 3.5 years just glide by, if you will. The downside on that is that it's going to affect my life, such as my bank account and all those things I just talked about, up until that point. So it doesn't get any better. It's just the time decreases. I've thought about moving somewhere that is outside of Canada, because if I leave Canada, the fraud doesn't follow me. The credit bureau in Canada does not follow me to whatever country I reside in. So I could start fresh, start new. My girlfriend is willing, so there's that option, but there's a lot that comes with that. So the pro in that is that I get a fresh start, but the con in that is that I gotta reroute my whole life. I gotta uproot my whole life. I gotta leave my family, my friends, and everything I know and love. And sometimes not a bad thing, but it's just a lot to do because someone else screwed you over. The other option is what I've been kind of gearing towards, and that's getting all the paperwork I need and just slowly chunking away at it. And if I can get it removed, if I can't, as long as I'm moving the needle in some sort of direction that's positive, it might not be the right way. It might never even work. It might not even solve anything. It might take me 3.5 years just to get the next step because they like to delay all this shit. However, if I'm moving in a direction that's positive, it makes me feel better than just sitting stagnant for those 3.5 years. However, when it comes to business and comes to finances, those things go hand in hand. When it comes to growing and scaling your business, when it comes to investing in your business, it takes money to make money. And if I'm going to be doing any sort of business where money's incoming, I need a place to put it. I need a place to have even for the business. And if I can't put my name down on anything, can't open any new lines of credit and everything, it's just such a gong show. And I need partners and I need so much other things. And the legal side of it, I don't understand very well, so it's a nightmare to say the least. I like doing what I do, and the business end of all the financial and all that kind of stuff, that's what I don't enjoy. And especially now, it's got a sour taste in my mouth, you could say the least. However, not all of it is negative. There is actually a lot I've learned from this and a lot I can take away. Even though it does suck, there's a lot that I have gained. So this made me look at my finances in a whole other view because I thought I was pretty secure with them, and it happened to be someone who stole my wallet and ID from my work truck. So they actually committed theft, went into a bank, and the bank didn't hold up their end. So it just taught me that you could have everything in your life seemingly in order. Like you can take care of this, and you could feel like everything's done. You've dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, everything's perfect. And then boom, something blindsides you, and that really hurt my thumb. Ooh. And then boom, something blindsides you, and note, I'm not wearing my brace, I'm trying to let it get some air, if you will. But boom, something blindsides you that you completely didn't see, and you could have, like I said, everything in order seemingly, but it just slips out from under you, and everything you had is gone. And the lesson there is nothing is permanent. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. Except death and taxes, I guess, like they say. But it's so true. And once you realize that, it's almost, it's a very shitty feeling at the start, but then it's very freeing at the same time. My one piece of advice, my one thing I wish you would take away from this if you ever have fraud committed against you is do not listen to any financial institution. Do not listen to even the police if they tell you to wait. Do not wait. That is their game plan. They want you to wait because the longer it takes, the less liability they have as the time goes on. The 2-year mark, at least in this case, they could completely wash their hands of it. So take action immediately. Do not take their advice and wait. I was told numerous times, it just takes time. These things take time. Like, yeah, I've dealt with the government before. I've dealt with things like this, lawyers and stuff. It does take time. You're totally right. Don't buy that bullshit. Press the issue. One of the biggest things too is you can't just lay dormant when these things happen to you. You can't just roll over and die, because there's still multiple things. If you want to be successful, if you want to create this life, you can still work on. You can still work on your health. You can still work on yourself. And that's where this all starts, with yourself. So if you do find something where your financials are completely stripped, or you do find something as catastrophic as this happened to you, there's still always something you can do to take your life in a positive direction. All right, bro, now I want to know, have you ever dealt with fraud or anything like this financially? If you have and you're comfortable, let me know in the comments below and how you handled it and how you got out of it. I want to hear and I want to read it. Thank you for tuning in. If you're finding value in these videos, check out my latest one right here. It's sure to bring you value, and I'll catch you in the next video. Live limitless.